I got a message on Facebook the other day. Good evening, Chad. I'm in the commercial access control and hardware industry with a company in Greenville, North Carolina. My family and I are in Charlotte for the week visiting. Wanted to see if we could get together for a cup of coffee or maybe some lunch. If this could work out, I would appreciate the opportunity to connect and discuss ways to benefit one another as similar companies from different sides of the state. Let's do this. So we're here in the office, trying to fade into the background. This is Aaron from Ardent Access. Is that's
correct?
The best way to describe it. And this is Brian.
Yep. Weathersby.
You're from Michelin.
Yeah, I work for a division of Michelin Tire.
Okay.
Division.
So these guys just randomly showed up at the office today, and then we went out and ate pizza. So it's been pretty awesome.
Also,
don't tell Chris that. We've had an awesome in my opinion, an awesome conversation for the past couple of hours, talking about business, talking about leadership development, and so forth. Kind of give us a quick. Well, let's before we do that. Tell us a little bit about your business and what you do. Aaron is from Greenville, North Carolina.
that's right.
So on the other side of the state from us. But tell us a little bit about what you do and kind of how you got involved.
Yeah, so I have a family that was in the hardware door distribution business for many years. These guys are hardware specialties out of Greenville, North Carolina. They've been a leader in that marketplace for a long time now. Awesome vendor, well known in the marketplace. Just over time, I guess the evolution of that industry, they've had more requests from their architects and general contractors, developers, to bring more solutions for security to the door. They wanted to bridge the gap. They were reaching out with me. We've been in talks for a couple of years to try to see what we can do to kind of build that integration side of their business from a distributor and how we make that bridge.
Yeah.
And so we've stood up a new organization called Ardent Access, and now I am the managing partner of that. There's 5 of us involved in growing this business now, and we're in our infancy, and so we're trying to learn how we move from a distribution model into an integrator customer-facing side of the business. And so a lot of that I feel like is the network and teams that we build around us for whether it's having partners across the state that can help facilitate jobs or labor.
So one of the things that's really neat, and this is one of the things that excites me about this specific platform with video, is that it gives us the ability to kind of be introduced to people. And so Aaron, on the other side of the state, got connected with us on LinkedIn and Facebook, and just reached out and said, hey, I'm going to be in the area. Can I come by and chat for a while, which is always a fun time. The way that you can connect with people and the things that you can learn, that had the videos not been out there, had that social network not been out there, this conversation today would have never happened.
Yeah, that's right.
And so you get the ability to sit down, have a slice of pizza or two, and have the ability to encourage and challenge each other where before you're not. It's kind of the power of that network. And so anyway, kind of some of the things we talked about today. I showed you a little bit about our organization and how we process information. We talked about some leadership development type stuff. What else?
Man, we talked about a lot. Good books, audible books.
Yeah.
Lifestyles, influences, and being intentional. A lot of these things are things that I think we got out of. Good feedback, I think, around the circle conversation.
I thought one of my biggest takeaways, I would say, is that not being in your industry, but just getting to see the progress that you've made. And I think sometimes perfection can become the enemy of progress. And I think it's been really fun to see you talk about, hey, we did this and it didn't work the first month, and then the second month I went to my team and talked to them about it, and it fell on fell dead.
Yeah.
But you didn't allow trying to make it perfect before starting it. And
there's a lot of people that would agree with you on that.
So,
Chad did not have this perfected before he launched it.
but I think sometimes perfection can kind of become the enemy of progress, and you continue to push. And I think that that's encouraging the other business owners and myself even, that maybe we don't have it 100% figured out.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Like, start pushing and try and continue to evaluate.
Yeah.
And you can get there.
One of the biggest examples that I use of that,
Okay.
because I used to be and I still would consider myself to a point to be a perfectionist. Early launching and adjusting is an art that I think you have to learn.
Sure.
Tom Harris, he heads up Corbin Russell and Sargent, Yale, a lot of the big brands, and we were sitting with him in a meeting one time, and he said, "Do you have a brochure for your company?" This was many years ago, and I was like, I pulled up my laptop. I was like, "Yeah, man, I've been working on this brochure for like the last 2 years." And he was like, "Really, 2 years?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm not comfortable with some of the wording and some of the graphics on it." He said, "How many people have you missed out on by it being imperfect to you, and they would have no clue?" You make a valid point. And
Right.
so, I went home and printed off a couple of them, went out, handed them out, got feedback, tweaked
Right.
it.
Right.
Yeah. And what you see laying around our office now is the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th revision
Yeah.
of something that would have never seen the light of day had I not been challenged to throw something
Right.
imperfect out.
Sure.
And so that's something that I hold on to a lot, because I think you have to.
Right.
Like, if you don't, then you're just
Yeah.
you're not going to have the launch.
Sure.
If you're always waiting for it to be perfect, or by the time it is perfect, somebody else has already
Right.
beat you to it.
And your customers or your employees will tell you if it's not
Yeah.
perfect.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
so
Yeah, you have to be, the big part of that is you have to be open to criticism.
I think one of the biggest things I'll take away today is in this role of standing up this new organization and working, is finding myself as much as possible outside of my comfort zone. If I find myself wanting to, I think I took a lot of that away from you today, through some of the stuff that you shared with us. If I sit back behind the desk and I make decisions and we implement and we roll and we do things based off of what I think, it doesn't mean that it's right and it's the best way. And just like reaching out to you on that video to say, hey, here's a guy that's done it, he's in the middle. I can't judge my beginning to your middle.
No.
But at the same time, there's information that you shared that can absolutely, that we haven't thought about yet, and that we could implement, or things that that we may discuss. We may do it differently,
Yeah.
but it's a different perspective, and I think that's something that I want to try to challenge myself to take out of here today, is that I never stop challenging myself to get outside of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Get out of my own way.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
makes sense, I guess.
Awesome. Cool, man. It's nice to meet you.
Thanks for the
Nice to meet
hospitality.
you.
thank you very much, Chad.
Appreciate you guys coming in.